In most energy tenders, technical excellence and a low price determine the winner. But in the Gulf, these metrics alone often lead to a disqualification. Within multi-billion-dollar national oil company tenders, it is now standard for a higher-priced bid to defeat a cheaper competitor. Consider this evaluation matrix. Supplier A bids $45.2 million. Supplier B bids nearly $4 million more at $48.9 million. Based on pure cost, the contract belongs to Supplier A. Instead, the award goes to Supplier B. This outcome is forced at the final evaluation stage. Supplier B carried a high local content score weighting, which offset their higher base price. Securing work with entities like Saudi Aramco and ADNOC depends on a supplier's ability to master this specific procurement algorithm. Two specific programs govern this space: IKTVA, or In-Kingdom Total Value Add in Saudi Arabia, and ICV, In-Country Value in the UAE. These frameworks exist for economic retention, ensuring that when a national oil company spends capital, that money stays within the domestic economy rather than flowing back to foreign suppliers. The financial stakes are massive. These rules apply to annual procurement budgets exceeding $30 billion across materials, logistics, and heavy industrial services. Aramco and ADNOC use these programs as hard commercial metrics, mathematical tiebreakers, and eligibility thresholds that decide the award. Saudi Aramco launched IKTVA in 2015, administering the program exclusively across its entire supply chain. This rule is a core component of the country's Vision 2030 diversification strategy, mandated at the highest level of state planning. In 2018, ADNOC launched its own version in Abu Dhabi, known as ICV. Since its launch, the ICV model has transitioned from a single company metric into a national framework overseen by the Ministry of Industry and Advanced Technology. While managed by different entities, both programs operate on the same logic, requiring international suppliers to build domestic industrial capability in exchange for market access. A supplier's score is a fixed financial ratio, calculated from audited data and independently certified. To build the numerator, the formula adds up the value created inside the country. It starts with spending on goods and services from domestic vendors. It then adds the specific cost of any manufacturing or assembly work performed within the borders. The third component is hard capital, invested directly into physical plants, equipment, and localized infrastructure. This total local value is then divided by the supplier's total revenue from the relevant business to produce the final percentage. These figures cannot be estimated. They are verified by government-approved third-party certifiers using audited financial records. Physical integration leads to a high score. Conversely, a supplier that simply imports finished goods will struggle to achieve a competitive rating. The math penalizes the strategy of running a minimal sales office in the Gulf while keeping the actual industrial production overseas. The most heavily weighted variable in the numerator is the cost of national salaries and training. The formula applies significant multipliers to the payroll of Emirati or Saudi citizens, weighing their cost much higher than expatriate labor. The scoring structure further rewards companies with compounding bonuses for year-on-year growth in national headcount. For foreign companies, this creates a limitation. Operating with a 100% expatriate workforce triggers a structural ceiling, keeping your overall score low regardless of your factory investments. Because of this weighting, national hiring quotas act as a primary engine for procurement competitiveness, making human resources strategy a core financial asset. Despite their similarities, these scores do not cross sovereign borders. An Aramco score earned with Aramco offers zero commercial advantage in Abu Dhabi. A pristine ADNOC ICV certificate is similarly unrecognized in the Saudi market. Suppliers cannot capture the entire region from a single geographic hub. Each market requires independent capital commitment and its own certification process. Winning contracts requires engineering a corporate footprint that specifically exploits this formula. This involves structural shifts, moving assembly in-country, and sourcing from certified local subcontractors. Advanced strategies follow, including forming joint ventures with national partners and scaling up local hiring programs. Because the score is based on backward-looking financial data, These investments must be certified and active long before a tender is even announced. Companies that treat local content as an afterthought face a mathematical disadvantage that no price discount can resolve. A high IKTVA or ICV score is the mechanism that converts a competitive technical product into a won contract. Optimization of local content scores must be treated with the same engineering and financial rigor as product design and pricing. In 2026, the suppliers who dominate Gulf energy spend will be those who architect their corporate footprint specifically to solve this equation.